All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. Day one of the NFL draft is officially in the books, and in this one, we're going to be grading the Jets' first-round picks. Okay, not 2, but 3. I'm just going to come right out and say it. To walk away with Sauce Gardner at spot number 4, Garrett Wilson at spot number 10, and Jermaine to trade back up into the first round to land Jermaine Johnson, we're just going to cut right to the chase. It's an A+. I could not ask for a better draft. Like that was literally perfect. And look, I know I'm a Jet fan. I know it might sound a little homery. I get it. But when I look at the quality of players that were brought into this locker room, the positions that these guys play, and the culture that they will instill in this Jets locker room, I seriously couldn't ask for a better draft. By the way, I'm actually in a UCF Jaguar setup. That's why we got the teal and the Jaguar behind me. But man, let's go through it pick by pick here, okay? Sauce Gardner at pick number 4. There was obviously a lot of speculation in the last 24, 48 hours from tons of draft analysts out there linking Sauce Gardner to the Jets, right? Whether you want to talk about Mel Kiper, Daniel Jeremiah, Chris Sims, Matt Miller. I mean, the list goes on and on. Charles Davis, Rich Cimini. I mean, everybody. There was so much smoke surrounding Sauce and the Jets, and it happened, right? Travon Walker, not too surprising. First overall, Aiden Hutchinson to the Lions, no-brainer. Pick number 3 came out of left field. Derek Stingley, cornerback from LSU, and then Sauce was the pick at spot number 4. The Jets passed on edge. We passed on offensive line, specifically Ike Ekwonu. But look, Sauce Gardner brings size and elite speed and quickness. It's rare to see a cornerback built like that can also move like that. It's a rare combination, okay? I believe Joe Douglas went with Sauce Gardner for a multitude of reasons, but I think the big thing here, the number one thing, he was the best player on Joe Douglas's board, and he pulled the trigger. Okay, Sauce Gardner will be coming in to the Jets locker room as the best corner on the roster, cornerback 1 potential. Okay, this guy truly could be a Marshawn Lattimore, a Jalen Ramsey, a Humphrey from the Baltimore Ravens. He has that potential. Okay, and in this style of defense with a lot of zone, a lot of responsibility on corners to burst out of a back pedal, can you blanket a certain section of the field? Can you tackle an open space? I think Sauce Gardner is going to come in and do a great job in fitting the system. Of course, there is a little bit of a question mark surrounding Bryce Hall now, but I think Joe Douglas was like, you know what, I'm going to think about that later. We obviously brought in DJ Reed. He's going to be one of the outside guys as well, signing him to the multi-year or the 3-year, $33 million deal. So you have DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. I mean, this was the 32nd ranked defense in football last year. It has to get better. That was sickening. It was horrible. Okay, like I'm not used to seeing bad defense from the Jets. Like my entire life, it's always been, either great, really good, or solid. And, to see what we looked like last year, it was tough. Okay, so Sauce, DJ Reed coming in, locking down the cornerback position. I understand maybe the need for a Kayvon Thibodeau or going with an Ike Ekwonu with the Becton question marks, but I think by Joe Douglas drafting Sauce Gardner, it might say something about where the organization or how the organization feels about Mekhi Becton moving forward. I think it's a positive sign in that regard. And then of course George Fant, he's going to be locking down either left or right. I would assume left tackle going into next season. So no worries there. But man, I think this pick says a lot. Right, we're upgrading on defense, upgrading at corner. I think he brings a lot to the table. And by the way, the attitude, the swag that he will be bringing to the locker room as well is something that I feel like the Jets need. Tons of production back at Cincinnati. He knows how to get the job done. He knows what winning football looks like. I love this pick for the Jets. Next up at pick number 10, the Jets ended up going with wide receiver from Ohio State, Garrett Wilson. In my eyes, the best wide receiver in the class. Okay, he's my favorite. I think he will provide this Jets offense with so much. The versatility being probably the headliner. You can line him up on the outside, on the inside. You could put him in motion, right? Pre-snap motion. Send him on end arounds. Send him deep down the field, up the seam. slants, crossers, screens, small little mesh routes. There's so much that so many ways that you can get Garrett Wilson the football. It gets me pumped up because it's not like the Jets only have Garrett. We still have more. We still have Berrios. We have Corey Davis coming back from the season-ending injury. But man, not only is Garrett Wilson just going to help open up the offense, help open up doors for the other wide receivers and tight ends on this football team, and even running backs out of the flat for that matter, but he's easy to get the football to. You don't have to really force the ball or scheme to get him open. It's not a difficult task. It's not that challenging. There's so many ways to do it. I think if Zach Wilson maybe starts a game with a couple picks, or it looks a little rocky, you can feed Garrett Wilson early in a really easy fashion to help get the quarterback going. He's a guy that you can, again, put on the outside. He can maybe beat press coverage and win deep down the field, 50-yard bomb with Zach Wilson's arm strength. Or you can snap the ball, flip a quick little bubble screen out to him, and watch him work 40 yards up the field. Okay, he's dynamic player, explosive. The separation is crazy. The vert, he plays bigger than his size. Really strong hands, which I like. Hard to bring down an open field. He's elusive. I love this pick. I absolutely love this pick. 10th overall. And of course, Jermaine Johnson was there. There was a lot of players that the Jets could have went with, but I am totally excited that the Jets decided to go with Garrett Wilson. And, as far as the Deebo Samuel stuff is concerned, I would rather have Garrett. I know I'm not... Hindsight's 2020, but I think, if you were to ask me a couple days ago before the draft when the Deebo stuff started coming out, what would you rather have, Deebo Samuel and the big contract and everything like that in exchange for a bunch of picks? I would rather hang on to the picks, and Garrett Wilson was probably going to be my choice at spot number 10. And then to top things off, the Jets, Joe Douglas, they trade back up into the first round, and that was being thrown around all night. Hey, could the Jets maybe move back into the first round for Jermaine Johnson? Lo and behold, it actually happens. The Jets move up with the Tennessee Titans. They gave up a lot, but you know what? It was totally worth it. Totally worth it. Jermaine Johnson is coming in at the most important position on the defense, and at the same time, one of the thinnest positions on the defense. This was a guy that Joe Douglas reportedly loved. He was considered a top 10 lock, and we got him at 26. Steal. The Seminoles needed him to step up, right? As that Georgia transfer, they put a lot on his plate. They said, you know what? You are the guy. Okay, and he made it happen. He brought energy, he brought fire, he brought a lot of juice to the Noles defense, and it was so much fun to watch, him get in the backfield, him sack quarterbacks, him put together this career season. He has the sideline to sideline speed, he's effective against the running game. I do feel like he fits really well as a 4-3 DN for what the Jets want to do. I mean, man, I cannot get over how good this draft was. 3 picks. I'll say this. 3 top 10 picks. The Jets are walking away from day one. The draft. This is not even over yet. We still have the second round. Okay, we still have tons of picks left. The Jets walked away from day one of the NFL draft with, in my opinion, 3 top 10 players. This is how championships, this is how dynasties are built. Okay, and of course, the players still have to go out and execute, and this is barring any crazy injuries or anything like that. But man, I am looking at the talent. I'm looking again at the positions that these guys are coming in. Day one upgrades at huge positions of need. What were the positions of need heading into the draft? Edge, cornerback 1, wide receiver, safety. Okay, again, the draft is maybe a little bit of linebacker, maybe defensive tackle, offensive line, but I think the 3 biggest are safety, edge, and wide receiver. We got 2 of them right there. The 4th was cornerback 1. That's Sauce Gardner. Okay, I cannot believe it. It's an A+ for me. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What grade would you give this draft class so far? Or I guess I should say the first round. To me, it is unbelievable. Unreal. Okay. Like if you were to ask me, what's your perfect Jets draft scenario here? Keeping it realistic, I would probably give you something like this. Okay. Crazy. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and as always, Go Jets.